Hey everyone, Jessica Cabesi here. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be going over a simple color edit of this Kylie Jenner inspired photo. So there's not going to be too many steps to this, but I am going to show you like a different, I wanted to do like a blue toned kind of image. So to begin, I'm going to be sharpening this image. And there are different ways to do this, but one great way to do this is the high pass filter. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this background, and then I'm going to go to filter, other, and then high pass. Now depending on your image, you're going to want to choose an amount, like a radius that, I mean, it's not too much, but I'm keeping mine at 4.2. But again, just depends on how big your image is. So I'm going to go ahead and press OK. And this is going to go from normal to overlay. And we're just going to keep this at 100%. Now, as you can tell, it is sharpened a little bit more. There you go. So now what we're going to do is go to our curves layer. So go to layer, new adjustment layer, and then curves. And then we're going to just fill in all the curves. You know, it's always like tedious to do this just because I work with curves so much. But I mean, it's not that I mind it, because I like curves, but it's like every single time I'm like, can I use something different? And again, this is personal preference. You can always go back and change anything that you want on here. Just want to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. Okay. And I don't really use a lot of crazy colors on curves just because I like to keep it a little bit more natural, but I am trying to use some different colors, as you can see. Go from red to blue. I'm not going to green, by the way. I want to add some more. I want to add some different colors in here that I normally would not have. There we go. So as you can see, it's a little bit more green. Now it's a perfect opportunity to see what it can do. So usually what I will do is go from normal to color and see how the colors react. So it's kind of like those colors are seeping through, which I really like. But I'm not gonna put it full opacity. I'm going to lower this. I'm gonna have it at 50%. But it's still, you can still see that color going through at least. And again, you can always adjust any of these if you change your mind. Now I'm going to go to layer, new adjustment layer, then hue saturation. And I am going to be decreasing the saturation. And then I'm going to be just highering this just a tiny bit, not too much. And I'm going to go from normal to overlay. And it's just going to add that contrast that I want. I sound like I'm like on Food Network. I don't know, I'm really bad at, you know, the taglines to everything, so I'm just going to explain it as best as I can. Now I'm going to go from layer to new adjustment layer and then selective color. And I'm going to, I'm sorry, on your adjustments palette, you're going to go from reds to whites. And we're going to decrease everything except the black tab, which I will do in just a second. And this is good if you want like a little bit, if you want all the whites to pop out, you're going to want to lower all of these. But I played around with the black one, and if you want it blue on the top, you could higher the black or you could lower it if you just want it plain white. But I want just a tiny bit of, I want that color to come through. I like that blue, because I feel like that's, you know, the Kylie Jenner thing, like blue hair, whatever, turquoise hair, whatever color it is. Okay. I'm going to lower this to 66%. So that's how it looks. And by the way, like, it was so hard to find a good area to shoot. The sun was right above her over here. And yeah, so she came to the salon with that blue hair. This is her real hair. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that she had blue hair. She just showed up at the salon, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. We're just going to put you in all black today. last but not least, we're going to go to layer, new adjustment layer, and I'm looking for exposure. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to, but I want to add a little bit more contrast in the picture. And if you want, you can like lower the offset and it makes the picture darker. And if you wanted it more contrasted or less contrasted, you just higher the offset. But I just want a tiny bit. I don't know, I might change. I'm gonna probably lower this. Just tiny. I like to do everything like really delicately. I don't like to do like 100% everything. I have commitment issues. Okay. And the last thing that I'm going to do is just add some color bubbles. And I also want to like enhance her hair, which again is her real hair. I don't know if she was inspired by Kylie Jenner. I don't know what everyone's deal is with it, but hey, it's in the news, so just make a tutorial about it, right? And I just set an empty raster layer to overlay, and I just took a brush and I'm coloring in blue. Again, just overlay. I'm coloring over her hair, which happens to really be blue. It looks like a popsicle. Reminds me of like my childhood. You know those ice creams that look like SpongeBob, but then when you open up the wrapper, it really doesn't look like SpongeBob? Like, that just kind of bothers me. Kind of reminds me of that. Color bubbles part 2, y'all. Okay. So now I'm going to add a little bit more. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to go from normal to screen. I'm going to make this a little bigger. Opacity is at 11%. I'm just going to higher that just a tiny bit. My computer's lagging just a tiny bit. Like it hates me. Okay. Is this even showing up? I mean, this is live, so... Okay, there we go. Now it's showing up. Slowly but surely. Okay. So if you don't want, you know, that sunlit look, you don't have to add this screen layer on top. It is going to give you a lighter look. But what I normally do is add another layer and do an overlay on top of that. And then it kind of makes it a little more colorful. And you can always erase around like her hair area and the top of her face so that it's not covering her face. But I think that is good. And let me show you guys the before and after. This is before and this is after. And again, we only use 4 layers for this. But that sharpen layer is extremely important, I think. It really did make the image come out a little bit more. So hopefully this was helpful, and I will have a behind the scenes of this photo shoot. And if you want to see it, I will have a link in the description where you can watch it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't.